What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And you see the title, you see the thumbnail, you saw the opening, you see this box right in your face telling you what it is. We are looking at none other than from Super 7, the Masters of the Universe Classics line, and this is God Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe 1987 live action film. Really happy to pick this up. Got a couple boxes to look at here, but this is just your outer normal box. Nothing crazy. I mean, it's just brown cardboard. I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep this. This is going to be something that, Nick, when you watch this, I'll still have the box at this time. I wouldn't have thrown it out yet. But Nick, from the Monster Report, do you have this box? Do you have any desire for it? If you do, just let me know. I'll send it to you. Because it is a collector's item, and you would think that I would want to keep something like this, but I don't care about boxes. I don't care about packaging. There's nothing crazy flashy about this. It doesn't have like any special artwork on it. It's literally just has that printed on the front, and that's it. But that's the outer box. Get that out of the way. Looking at the main blister card of the box, this I will most likely throw away. As much as I do like the packaging for these, you know, I don't keep packaging. You know, like there was at a point where I did keep boxes, I did keep packaging and stuff like that, and then that stuff was taking up way more room than my figures were. So it was just like, you know, I don't care about this. Throw it all away. Recycle. But you got your basic Masters of the Universe Classics box. Again, you have God Skeletor, Evil Deity of Destruction figure. And again, this is from Super 7. Here is the back where you have other figures that came out in the line. A very nice art piece, though, of the God Skeletor. I do like that art render. It does look really nice. You could pause this if you want to read it. It's just a little write-up on, you know, Skeletor gaining these powers and stuff like that. And, of course, you have the famous after-credits scene line, "I'll be back," which, you know, didn't happen. Would have been cool. I would have loved to have seen... Again, I love the 1987 film. I don't care what people say. I love it. It's classic. It's a fun film. Frank Langella is my favorite Skeletor. I would have loved to have seen a sequel. You know, I would have loved to have seen Frank Langella come back as Skeletor again and just deliver another Oscar-worthy performance, in my opinion. I love the 1987 film so much. I know it put Canon Films into bankruptcy, and there's a lot of other bad mumbo-jumbo about it. But at the end of the day, it's a fun film from one of my favorite IPs, and it's my favorite piece of media from the Masters of the Universe IP. You know, I love the 1987 film on a whole other level. Nick Adams from the Monster Report knows. So, let's get the boxes out of the way here, and let's take a look at Skeletor himself. And you will kneel. Kneel! I can't deliver it as powerful as Frank Langella. But this is amazing. This is a grail piece for me for sure. Because Nick actually helped me gain the same Skeletor from the line, the Dark Despot, which is your regular Frank Langella Skeletor. Nick helped me obtain that figure. That figure Nick got for me as a gift. It was actually kind of payment towards a Masters of the Universe project that I was working on for him. And so Nick, thank you again for that Skeletor. He'll make an appearance here. I will do some comparisons. How can I not do comparisons on a Frank Langella Skeletor? I mean, again, it's my favorite Skeletor. Whether he's normal, whether he's Golden Boy here, I just absolutely love the Skeletor from the 87 film. Let's dive right on into this figure, you guys. I'm excited to finally do this review. Let's talk about paint applications, which is very easy. Again, when I call this guy Golden Boy, he is the Golden Boy. I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. For those of who will get the Austin Powers gold member reference. But yeah, talk about flashy, talk about shiny. Again, I love gold. Nothing more needs to be said. Everything about this guy is gold except for his little dark brick red gem dot up here, and then his facial jawline is just the Skeletor face, so it kind of has that white with a little bit of dirty dry brushing in it to pop out some details, and then you have blacks in the eyes. But I mean, even this here, it's just a darker gold. This guy is just gold. Again, I gotta do it one more time. I love gold. Oh my goodness. That's it. That's it for paint applications. I mean, doesn't take away from any of the detail though. I mean, we'll go into the detail next. I mean, just look at this figure. He has all the detail from the Dark Despot Skeletor, because a lot of the pieces and sculpts are reused from that figure. But the gold versus like the really darker colors just make the details pop and stand out so much more. I mean, all the little skulls and everything in his robes, to all the waves and the lines and the clothing, the abs, the muscles, all the detail in the shoulder pads, his gauntlets, gloves, the helmet, the Havoc staff. I mean, the detail is just amazing. The face, his little crown helmet, I mean, whatever you want to call it. It's just absolutely just swimming with detail. Oh, I love this figure so much. I never thought I would get this guy. I even told Nick that. Like, I never really thought this guy would be in my reach. And when I went up to Phoenix with Lawrence this year for our little bonsai run trip, as we like to call it, stopped in at Collector's Marketplace. I'll give them a shout out. I'll admit, a lot of things in Collector's Marketplace, the markup prices can be a bit much depending on what it is you're looking for. I could have gotten this guy a little bit more cheaper online. Like, Nick helped me do some prices and everything like that. Because the price for this guy, it wasn't bad, but it still had that markup to where it was just like, man, I can get it for this much less online. But again, it was that collector part in me that was like, it's right here. It's right in front of me. I should just get it. So I got one of the employees. I asked him, hey, the God Skeletor in the case, what's the best you could do? What's the best price? I didn't even spitball, or I didn't offer a price of my own or anything like that. I threw the ball in their court, and this is why it never hurts you guys to ask, especially if you go to like a collector's store or someplace where you might be able to haggle a little bit. You can't haggle on MSRP stuff. You can't go to Walmart or Target and be like, hey, what can we do about this figure or whatever here? What can we do about this bag of dog food or something? You can't do that. But if you go to these comic stores, these independent businesses, sometimes you can get lucky. I got a little bit lucky with this guy. I just said, what's the best you can do? I was going to buy it. Like, my mind was made up. I was going to buy it regardless, but I still just was like, what's the best you can do? What's your best price? And knocked off $10. I was like, all right. I wasn't going to fight, anything else. I wasn't expecting them to move on it at all, in all honesty. So For them to knock off $10, I'll give it that. Y'all was like, okay, you know, that's fine. And again, I told Nick the same thing. It's right here. You know, I can just get it versus just going online. And again, I wanted to support, you know, collecting and hunting and toy hunting and, you know, holding on to that, because again, guys, the more every day I feel like we get closer to almost no more in-store buying, whether it's figures, whatever. Like, I feel everything is eventually going to be online, and it's going to suck, because as a collector, I hate point and clicking. You know, I'm kind of getting off topic of the review here, but again, it just goes into that. Like, I hate pointing, clicking, adding to cart, waiting for it to show up, gets delivered, whatever. I really enjoy the hunt. I enjoy going out to the stores. I enjoy looking, because you never know what you're going to find. You might find what you're looking for. You might find totally something else. You might even not buy anything at all, but you know what? You might have saw a few things that were like, got you to smile and be like, wow, that's really cool. And I feel like we're losing that. So again, I picked this guy up, but again, back to the review. Sorry I got sidetracked there for a few minutes. But detail-wise, paint-wise, absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. I love this figure. Articulation on this guy. He does have articulation. You saw his head move. He can look left, right. You can get a little bit of head tilt out of him. Up and down very nicely. I'll just get him to let go of his Havoc staff here, because I do like the way he's posed. I do like him in that battle pose. His Havoc staff you can take out of his arms completely, but just to show you his arm articulation, you can get the arms to go up, go back. You can get the shoulders to kind of pop out. The joints on mine are a little stiff because, again, this guy was brand new in packaging. He's been that way for however many years. So his joints are a little stiff. You know, single jointed elbows, but still you get a nice bend out of them. Wrists, you can rotate and hinge very, very nicely. He does have an ab crunch, so you can get him to ab crunch forward and ab crunch back, but again, you can see how stiff mine is. That was very hard to move. Does have a waist swivel. You can go left and right. His legs, because of his robe, it's because of all his robes too and his armor pieces that the articulation might be also a little stiff. He does have a bicep swivel as well. Yeah, there we go. Wanted to make sure I touch on that. Let's see, swivel legs. You can kick forward ever so much because, you know, again, all his clothing will get in the way. You can kick backward ever so far, and then, of course, that's a bend in the knee. You do have a bend in the knee. Again, I can get it to bend a little bit more, but nothing more crazier than that. No boot cut, no boot swivel, but you do get ankle articulation. You can tilt those toes pretty far down, flatten it out. He's got a little bit of a pivot in there, so you do have ankle pivot. So you do got a really good range of articulation for this guy. If I can get him back in his pose, just give me a second. Balance won't be perfect, but there we go. When I get him back up on Snake Mountain, I'll be able to perfect it. But I like the battle ready pose right there, or like he's, you know, firing a thing of energy or something. Paint, detail, articulation, all really good. No complaints at all. Really great figure. Scale wise, here's where my comparisons come in. He'll scale in well with anything you have in 6 inches. So again, Dark Despot Skeletor here, the other movie Skeletor from the Classics line. Again, they look great next to one another. And then my other Frank Langella Skeletor from the Masterverse line, I think. New Eternia, I forget what the specific line brand for this Motu figure came from. But here was the movie Skeletor that line did. So here is my lineup of Frank Langella's, my favorite Skeletor. All these figures just look great. They all have their charm. And I mean, who would have thought, you know, living in this day and age, you know, we have 3 Skeletor figures that are based off of the Frank Langella 1987 movie. At this point, if there was anything else 1987 that comes out that's nicely detailed like these are and everything like that, that is Frank Langella, that is a goal of mine, is to continue my Frank Langella Skeletor collection. So there's your size comparisons again. He'll size in anything in 6-inch. And that about does it for this figure review, you guys. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook and Instagram. Atomic Blast, the like button, notification bell, all those good things. And without further ado, hope you enjoyed today's Masters of the Universe review. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.